All right. Okay, here we go. So welcome to day 8 of our 30-day challenge. Apologies if there's a little high-pitched noise that comes through. We're having mic issues as battery things, so we've got it plugged in and it has a bit of interference. So I hope it doesn't get too annoying. But today I've got a fun flow that we're going to build up to, and it's all about hip movement, hip mobility, and a little bit of control and stretch. So we should have a bit of fun with it. We are going to move a little bit, so you work with whatever range you've got in your living room, wherever you might be. So to start with, we want to warm up our wrists. As always, we're going to be spending time on our wrists. So we just want to start by rubbing and scrubbing. We're not looking for too much pressure. We're just looking for speed. We just want to get that friction heat all around our wrist, and we want to work the full circle around your wrist to really make sure we get every possible area. And then working your way up your forearm, getting all the muscles of your forearm to start to warm up, to start to get some hydration, start to get a little bit of movement and fluid transfer in there. Good. All right, and then let's go to the other side, and we'll get the other wrist going. So with today's flow, as we start to move through, I'm going to set what the positions are, and then it's up to you on your body, how you're feeling and how much range of motion you have as to how much you go for it and moving up the arm. Everybody's body's different, and especially at the moment when we're sitting down a lot, everybody's hip flexibility and mobility is going to be different. So work with what you've got. And then as we get into being able to really kind of flow this little sequence, okay, clasp hands together and then just rolling around. Just getting a little bit of stretch through, really start to get a nice twist into the hands. See how far you can really stretch your arms or your wrists to get as much movement as possible. And then figure eight back the other direction. See if you can do this without lifting your shoulders or getting too stressed up. Good, and then just giving your wrists a little bit of a shake out. Okay, first up, coming down to what is our first position. This is one of our base positions in Animal Flow. It's called Beast. I want you to just have your hands directly underneath your shoulders. And I just want you to walk your hands out a little bit. So like a cat clawing the ground or clawing a pillow, you just want to roll your fingertips off and then place them back down. So we're just aiming to get some stretch into the underside of our wrists and start to work just that little bit through our wrists. Now start to turn your hands into different directions. See how far you can get your fingers to come back around towards your knees, and then turn them all the way in and see if you can get the same distance. Can you get your fingers all the way back to your knees? Just working whatever range of motion you have. And just really feeling where the stretch is. While you're doing this, you want to have your fingers as splayed as you can. We don't want to be closed fingers when we do our Animal Flow. We want to have a nice wide base of support. It helps with balance and it helps with our strength. Good. Okay, just a quick stretch. If you can, flip the hands over, go to the back sides of the palms. See if you can let your body weight rest on it and straighten your arms. Bend our elbows a little bit here to take some pressure off, and then straighten again. See if we can get a nice stretch through there. One last time, bend. And then stretch. Good. Okay. Coming back to our set position, shake wrists out if you need. Now, anytime you need to have a break and just rest off, you can shake your wrists out and just give them a bit of a roll to ease them off. But to start with, set your hands directly underneath your shoulders. Creases of your elbows are smiling forward. So we don't want to be so that our arms bent that way. If anything, we're trying to keep it so they're pointing straight forward. Knees are tucked in underneath your belly button. Toes are tucked. And from here, push into your toes and your hands as hard as you can and lift your knees a centimeter off the floor. Keep breathing as you're here. You should feel whole body tension in this position, but it should be coming from your hands and your toes. There shouldn't be too much stress or tension throughout your, actively throughout your body. It's all coming from your ends. Good, and rest the knees down. Give the body a bit of a wiggle. We'll do that one more time. Set your hands underneath your shoulders, toes are tucked, push into the toes, push into the hands, lift your knee a centimeter off the floor. Big deep breath as you're here. If you start to feel this in your shoulders, in your elbows, in your hips, you're not pushing hard enough into the ground. So if you start to feel it into your hips, see if you can think about pushing the ground away from you more. See if that takes some pressure off. 3, 2, 1, and down to the ground. Good. Spinning yourself over onto your bum. We'll do the opposite of our beast pose. This one's called crab, and this is the reverse of what we just did. So I want you to sit on your bum, spine nice and tall. Have your feet flat on the ground, toes pointing away from you, and hands behind you with your fingers pointing backwards. Now, you want to be tight enough and close enough with this that you can slide your bum between your heels and your hands, and wide as feels comfortable. Pull your shoulder blades back, keep your back nice and tall, and gently lift your bum off the floor. Try not to tuck under. We don't want to lift our hips high. We just want to push off our hands and our feet and see if we can get our bum to hover just a centimeter off the floor, just enough to slide a piece of paper through them. We're trying to pull our shoulder blades back so we've got broad collarbones and our head is slightly up as if we're looking off into the horizon. Equal weight between hands and feet here. 3, 2, 1. Rest that one down. Good. Give the body a bit of a shake if you need to. We're going to do that one more time. Pulling shoulder blades back. Set yourself into your crab and then activate your crab by lifting your bum a centimeter off the floor. Keep breathing in this one. Good. The longer you can hold this, the stronger our back or our posterior chain gets. This is great for posture. This is great to help with sleep and neck position, and good for breath as well. And rest down. Okay, from there, what we're going to do is we're going to do what's called under switch. We're going to transfer from our beast, or from our crab, into our beast position. So set yourself up into your crab position. Activate your crab. I want you to lift your left hand off the floor. Your right leg lifts off the floor as well and travels underneath your body. And we rotate around and we end up on all fours into our beast position. Same thing coming back. Left hand comes off the floor, right foot comes off the floor, and we swing ourselves back around to our crab position. So we're going to do the same thing again. Keep it as controlled as you can. Right foot, left hand off the floor. Right knee sweeps under the body for right leg under switch. And then we go right leg under switch back to crab. Good. Now, if you find that you're having to lift up and over, you might be using the same leg and the same arm. So always think that you want to be using the opposite leg to the opposite hand. If I get stuck, sometimes I'll push the knee, and that just helps me work out exactly which one I am cross body. So let's do that a couple more times with that leg. Right leg under switch to beast. Now you can go as fast or as slow as you want with this. The faster you go, the more control and the freedom of movement. And then the slower you go with this, the more strength it is. Good. And one final time, under switch to crab. And then wherever you are, we're going to do the opposite side. So it's going to be the left leg and right hand. Left leg comes off, right hand comes off. We pivot ourselves around and we'll end up in beast. Left leg under switch back to crab. I'm going to spin, you guys stay where you are so I can see you better. And left leg under switch. Left leg is off, right hand is off. Control yourself around to your beast position. Left leg under switch back to crab. Think of this under switches as your knees, like the outside of your knees has paintbrushes. And as you do your under switch, you paint the ground with the outside of your knee. You set the position, push it heavy into the ground. And then we go left leg under switch back to crab. Okay, have a breather there. I'm going to call left leg, right leg. We're just going to go around. I want you to see if you can keep up with me. And it's whichever leg I call is the leg that goes underneath the body. hence it's called underswitch. So set yourself into your crab position, activate your crab. We go left leg underswitch to beast. Left leg goes under the body, sweep underground, find your beast position. Left leg underswitch to crab. Left leg again goes underneath the body, back to crab. Right leg underswitch to beast. Right leg travels under the body, find that beast position. Right leg underswitch to crab. We're back to crab. Left leg underswitch to beast. Nice and controlled. Left leg goes under the body. Right leg underswitch to crab. We're swapping legs now. We go right leg to our crab position. Right leg underswitch to beast. We go back the way we came. Left leg underswitch to crab. Good. Right leg underswitch to beast. Left leg underswitch to crab. We're going around in circles now. Right leg underswitch to beast. You should be facing different ways every time you come up. Left leg underswitch to crab. One final one. Left leg underswitch to beast. And right leg underswitch to crab. Good. Okay, have a breather there. Shake your wrists out if you need to. So that is the first part of, or first movement, our underswitch. What we're going to do now is we're going to do our little, what's called our traveling. So what I want you to do is I want you to set yourself up with your feet wherever feels comfortable, and we're going to get into as deep a squat as we can. Feet stay flat on the ground. We come down to what is your natural deep squat. Now, if your deep squat is up here, and that's as low as you can get before you have to lift your heels off the ground, that's totally fine. We want to keep our body upright, and that's where your deep ape is. You want to be able to work this to get to the point where you can really sink nice and low so that you're resting as low as you can into this natural deep squat. From here, what we're going to do is what's called a lateral traveling ape. So this is deep ape. We're going to move sideways. So what we're going to do from our standing position, I'm going to move towards the right. I'm going to place my left hand down in front of my right foot on the ground. My right hand comes out to the side. I'm then going to swap my feet over and do a little shift to come to the other side. And the same thing when we go back the other way. If I'm moving towards the left, I place my right hand down on the ground in front of my left foot. My left hand comes down. I'm then going to swap my feet over and come back to where you were. Have your legs a shake out if you need to. You can make this as big or as small as you've got room. So just in your own time, setting yourself up into your deep ape, and we're going to go to the right traveling ape. So left hand down to the ground, right hand down to the ground. Shift yourself across, find yourself into deep ape on the other side. Good. Let's go back the other way. Right hand down to the ground, left hand, swap your feet, and then come back. I'm going to turn side on so you can see my body for this one. So as we go to our right side, I want you to think left hand down, right hand down. Can I not let my hips come high? Even if you're up here, I want you to try to make it so that your body stays as still as possible and we make it as effortless. Think like an ape traveling on the ground. So set yourself up, shake your legs out if you need to. Find that nice deep squat. We travel to the right, left hand comes down to the ground, and we shift ourselves over. And we go back the other way, left traveling ape. Right hand comes down first, swap, and find your feet. Good. We're going to do this a couple more times. This is going to really get the quads burning. Right side traveling ape. And left side traveling ape. Good. Stand up and shake those legs out a little bit. So there's our traveling ape. Again, you can work as wide a squat as you need to, but just thinking that every time you place your hand down, you want to reach out so that we get that nice length and that nice stretch through. From here, we're going to add our underswitch to this, but there's a slight variance that we get from our deep ape. What I want you to do is I want you to set your deep ape position, and we're going to go for what's called a reaching underswitch. So if I set my squat and I'm square, actually I'll come right in the middle so we can see. I'm going to picture my body turning off to 45 degrees. I'm going to place my left hand down on the ground, what would be directly in front of my left foot. So I'm crossing my body and my right hand comes high to the sky. Then from here, I bring my left leg under and look at that. I've done an under switch and I end up in crab. And I can come back to where I was and then push back up to where I was. Now, depending on your flexibility and your mobility, if you can't quite reach, go for a longer stretch. Just make it all a little bit bigger. So we're gonna do a left leg reaching under switch. Set yourself up into your deep eight. We're gonna reach diagonally across our body. Left hand comes down to the floor, right hand is up to the sky. Hold this position for a second. Now the left leg comes under the body. Find yourself into crab. We return back to where we were. Left leg goes under the body, right arm is high. Find what is a 3-point position and see if you can push yourself back to deep eight. Good, let's do the same side again. So we're in our deep eight position. We're gonna reach across our body in line on the diagonal with our left foot. And left leg comes under for our under switch to crab. And we come back to where we were. Left leg goes under switch to the body, come back. Let's see how we go with the other side. So setting into your deep squat, wherever that may be, your deep eight, and we're gonna go right leg reaching under switch, or right arm reaching under switch. Right arm goes across the body, left arm reaches to the ceiling, under switch to our crab position. Right leg under switch back to deep eight. Find your nice tall deep eight position. I'm gonna do this side on so we have a different view. We find our deep eight position. From here we go right arm reaching under switch. Reach across the body nice and tall. Slide that knee under, find yourself into crab. Stay nice and tall in spine. And then return to your deep eight position. Good. Now, shake your legs out. If you need to go a little faster, if you kind of need to throw yourself into it a little bit, that's okay. Do whatever speed you need and can control to make this work. So let's go one to the left, one to the right, one to the left, one to the right. And we'll see how we go. Work in your own time. Find yourself into your deep squat, your deep eight. We're gonna go left side first. So left side reaching under switch, all the way around to your crab position. Good, and we come back to where we were. Left leg under switch to our deep eight. And right arm reaching under switch, all the way to our crab position. And right leg under switch back to deep eight. Good. Left arm reaching under switch, all the way around to our crab position, moving as fast or as slow as you wish. Return back to deep eight. Thighs should be starting to burn a little bit now. Right arm reaching under switch. Make it nice and big, really reach out. Give yourself room to slide your body under. And right arm back to reaching under switch. And shake out. Here's where the fun begins. We're gonna do side traveling eight into reaching under switch. This is gonna take a little bit of room, so if you need to kind of shuffle yourself around so that you've got space, do that. We're gonna go to the right side first. So, the way that this is gonna look, you're gonna set yourself up into your deep eight position. We go right side traveling eight into left arm reaching under switch. We come back to where we were, and then we do a right side traveling eight into right arm under switch, reaching under switch. We'll go slow, see what you can do. If you need to speed up, just wait for us in each of the poses. So, set yourself up into your deep eight. Good, and we go right side traveling eight. Left hand to the floor, scooch those legs across. Left arm reaching under switch, make it big. Sweep the leg under the body. Return to deep eight, left leg goes under the body. Push up into your deep eight position. Left side traveling eight, which goes into a right arm reaching under switch. We should be in crab now. So wherever you are, see if you can get yourself into a crab position. We come back right leg goes under our body, come back to your deep ape position, and we go back to our original side. So we go right side, traveling ape, into left arm, reaching under switch. Give it your best chance, see where you can get to. Left leg goes under the body, back to our deep ape position, and we go left traveling ape into right arm reaching under switch. Work with whatever room you've got. If you haven't got a big space, just kind of make it small. Good. Right arm, right leg under switch to deep ape. Right traveling ape. And stand up and have a breather there for a second. Okay, so that's our little sequence. We're gonna add an under switch at the end of that eventually, but we're gonna start off slow. So we're just moving left and right, left and right. I want you to go in your own pace. I want you to go in your own time. If you can keep up with me, great. I'm gonna start off slow. I'm gonna get it a little quicker, a little quicker, a little quicker. And we just wanna see if we can make this as long and flowy and floaty as possible. Again, only go as fast as you can control. And if you need to just explore with where your hand goes, long, short, wide, make it work for your body. So shake the legs out. Big deep breath. Here we go. Set yourself up into your deep ape position. We're gonna go to the right side first. So we go right side, traveling ape. Scooch the legs across. Left arm reaching under switch. You should find crab. Return to deep ape. Left leg under switch. Left traveling ape. Right arm reaching under switch. Long reach. Tuck the body under. Return to deep ape. Push up into your deep squat. Right traveling ape. Into left arm, reaching under switch. We're gonna start to pick it up a little bit. Return to deep ape. Left traveling ape. Right arm, reaching under switch. Return to deep ape. Good, just keep it going now. Find that travel. Find that under switch. Work the pace that you can. If you need to, maybe just practice the positions. Hold each area just that little bit longer. Good, keep going with that. I'm gonna change my angle so you can see me a bit better. And we go. Side traveling, under switch to crab. Return. Back the other way. Big reaching under switch. Back to deep ape. Side traveling ape. Big reaching under switch. Let's go back one more, opposite direction. Side traveling ape, reaching under switch, back to deep ape, and stand up and shake your legs out. How did you go with that? Making sense? Lefts and rights. Everything feels a little bit blocked. So the more that we can get into these nice big twisty positions, it's gonna be really good for our hips, especially after we've been sitting down for so long. So what we're gonna add to that now, we're gonna go side traveling ape into our reaching under switch. From here, I'm gonna do the opposite leg that I've just used. So it'll be my right leg to beast. I then come back around to crab and then back up to our deep ape position. So let's just work that bit before we get the traveling bit in. So set yourself up into your deep ape position. Hip flexors are gonna be loving you guys after this, by the way. Okay. Left arm reaching under switch. Reach that left arm across your body. The left leg travels under to find crab. From here, right leg under switch to beast. Left arm comes off, right leg comes around to beast position. Perfect. Return that right leg under switch to crab. And then left leg under switch to deep ape. So we go back to where we started. Does that make sense? Clear as mud? Let's try the other side. So set yourself up. We should be in deep ape. Right arm cross the body, reaching under switch. Right arm goes underneath the body. Sorry, right leg goes underneath the body. Left leg under switch to beast. Left leg comes under the body. Find your beast position. Knees are off the floor. Left leg under switch to crab. And then we go back to right leg. Big shoot backwards to find your deep ape squat. Okay, so that's our little add-on. That's what we're gonna add to the end of it. Try and stay with me. Again, if you've only got limited room, if you do a little side traveling ape and then need to scoot your feet over, do whatever you need to do. We just make this work. Let's see how we go with it. We're gonna try to add on and then we'll try to speed it up. Set yourself up into your deep ape position. Thighs must be feeling really good now. Okay, left arm reaching under switch. Left arm cross the body. Oh, no, sorry. Start again. We forgot the traveling ape. My bad, let's do that one again. So, find yourself in a deep ape. We're going right side traveling ape first. Right traveling ape. Now we go left reaching under switch. As soon as we get to that crab, right leg under switch to beast. Find yourself in beast position. We go back the other way. Right leg goes underneath the body to crab. Left leg under switch to deep ape. Find yourself back up into your deep ape squat. And we do the whole thing going the other way. Left side traveling ape. Right arm reaching under switch. Reach across the body. Come back to where you were. Left leg under switch to beast. Left leg is off the ground, right arm is off the ground. Find yourself in beast position. Return, left leg under switch to crab. And right leg under switch to deep ape. And stand up. Good. So that was one time each side. I hope that made sense. I hope it kind of fits in whatever room you've got. Let's see if we can do that a couple times each side. We'll start off that slow and then we'll build up a little bit quicker. So, really shake the legs out, shake the arms out. Let's see how we go with this. Only go as fast as you feel you can. If you can stay with me, stick with me. Nice deep squat, find your deep ape. We go right side traveling ape. Left arm reaching under switch across the body. As soon as you get to crab, right leg under switch to beast. We should all be in beast now. Right leg under switch to crab. We go back the way we were. Left leg under switch to deep ape. Left side traveling ape. Right arm reaching under switch. Left leg under switch to beast. We should all be in beast or close to it. Back the way we came. Left leg under switch to crab. Right leg reaching under switch to deep ape. Let's see if we can speed it up. Right side traveling ape. Left reaching under switch. Right side under switch to beast. Right leg under switch to crab. Left leg under switch to deep ape. Left side traveling ape. Right arm reaching under switch. Left leg under switch to beast. Left leg under switch to crab. Right leg reaching under switch to deep ape. One last time, a little bit quicker. Right side traveling ape into left arm reaching under switch. Right leg under switch to beast. Right leg under switch to crab. Left leg under switch to deep ape. Left side traveling ape. Right arm reaching under switch to crab. Left leg under switch to beast. Left leg under switch to crab. Right leg under switch to deep ape. And stand up and shake everything out. Oh, how did you go? How'd you find the end of it? Did you get a little bit lost? Did lefts and rights start getting a bit confused? Our legs a little bit jelly? I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that was a bit of fun. Keep practicing that. Once you get a bit more room and it's a nice day and you can go outside to the park, give it a shot. Do some long sideways movements with your deep ape. Really good for your hips, really good for your back. And you can see a fairly simple sequence, just going back and forth can be really challenging. I hope you guys enjoyed. Keep going with your 30 days of classes and we'll see you soon.